We discussed that area of Bitcoin, particularly if we couldn't break out over 100,000. The market makers are manipulating you. They are engaging in mental games. They are deliberately preventing Bitcoin from taking off because they are aware of what would happen if it goes on the rampage, and believe me, it is about to happen. The rampage will occur in 2025's first quarter. What can I anticipate? December is not too much. After rebounding to our previous position, we lock in for Q1 2025. We will discuss all of this and much more. Thus, be sure to unwind and sit back. Let's start with Bitcoin, which is currently down 0.34% over the last day at $97,799. 3,752 thorium atoms at the moment. It is down 2.56%. Both USDT and USDC are trading at their own dollar pegs, which is XRP. It's currently down at $2.22, so let's try to make a small recovery. More than 6% over the last day, so let's zoom out a bit, people. Let's examine the previous 30 days. Over 280% has been gained. We are no longer discussing XRP being in the penny or even $1 area. That $2 range is where we are. $1.96 man was the secret to the magical number we had to hold. Were we close? I believe that on certain exchanges, we hit somewhere between 203 to 205. I just put down the phone to tell you the truth, and I was. Boy, we were hanging on by a thread. Boy, oh boy. Did we wait? Have we left the woodwork yet? Yes, let us observe the weekly close. Let's wait until the week is over. We can obviously maintain this price if we have daily closes, but let's see what this weekly closing brings in. As we approach that weekly close, everything should be fine. The market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies is 3.5 trillion, not at all a poor position. Release this. After the crypto plunge, good morning. Check it in. How are things going for everyone? Just because we are in a bull run or bull cycle doesn't mean that the strongest will not prevail. Does not imply that everything will be green or that everything will be green. Green isn't the only color. We'll get reds. In the market, we must see red. It's really good for you. If your asset continues to run at 300% every week, every month, or every 2 weeks, it is not healthy. That isn't good for you. There must be a cooling off time. A period of time must pass before these assets decline again, retest, find a new base, and see the entry of fresh capital. Raising the prices once more. Given that we maintained our all-time high of $96 in 2020, this was really healthy. What comes next? It will be fascinating, I guess. We must ensure that the weekend's inside this range. For us to obtain our next push-up, we need to get it closer to $2.50, if not higher. It will enable us to surpass 272. With any luck, we'll reach the 3 to 3.50 range. You can proceed to receive that completed number once it notifies you that it has arrived in your wallet. What does Keith anticipate happening next? I apologize, but I'm choking. I'll take a sip of my coffee now. He anticipates sideways movement. It's time to start at the bottom now. The time frame isn't the issue. What can we anticipate from the next several flat moves, though? Ranging between 220 and 250 till the next upward bullish push occurs. This will put us in the lower to mid-$3 level after that, as we discussed. We will either return for $4 to $8 on XRP or make our first visit. All of those will occur in 2025 if XRP reaches $8 or $6 to $8 in Q1. The fix that we discussed during the U.S. tax season, as a result, it will occur not only on XRP but also on all platforms by the end of March and the start of April. Every single one of them will be corrected. Many folks will become anxious at this point. They will worry and stress out because they think this run-up has ended, not me. After that, in the summer, do we all get the parabolic blow-off tops before the time frame? The parabolic blow-off peak of Bitcoin has not yet occurred, but it has also not yet gone on a rampage. This bull market is still running strong, as seen by the numerous bad stories that are being spread. While packing your bags, the bull rush is over. Forget about it and throw it in. That is not true. It's not even close to that. We outlined the plan for this year. We outlined the course of action. Anticipate changes in Q1 for 2025 and the topics we are considering. Anticipate a correction around tax season, followed by parabolic blow-off tops later in 2025. For cryptocurrency, we are in the very early stages of development. Everyone is going to be shocked and taken by surprise when this bull run occurs. I'm making the call now. Next up was John Reed Stark. That guy on 60 Minutes was him. He posted his entire thread. In just 60 minutes, he's becoming completely blown away by cryptocurrency. Hurry up. We refer to it as the hit piece. Yesterday, we completed the video. For whatever strange reason, they ought to have fact-checked. They dislike fact-checking. During the presidential election, I don't understand. The 60-minute interview does not include fact-checking. Brad Garlinghouse, of course, posted this entire thread, but they don't fact-check. Replied to him. John, he says, even though you might not realize the Gensler, the bold-faced misrepresentations in your words made you sound a lot like him. He's implying that this is a courteous way to tell lies. They sounded a lot like Gensler's talking points, no doubt. He is, and keep in mind that this man claimed there was no license, no use, and tokens are securities according to all judges. Crimes are much easier to commit with cryptocurrency. All of these claims are untrue, and since it somewhat damaged their brand, 60 Minutes ought to have fact-checked this before Aaron did. Crypto is not the true plague of society. It fails to recognize that the SEC, which was established to safeguard investors, actually performs the exact opposite function while posing as a public agency. However, give credit where credit is due. We agree with your request that the SEC have jurors appeal the Ripple case on that egg. Thus, Brad and John are somewhat in agreement. They both concurred that the Ripple case ought to be dismissed, and he is absolutely correct. As soon as Gensler leaves office, that lawsuit will be dismissed. The case against outrageous crypto will be ending soon. He is arguing for a closing that is more than $2.70. And here, he says, the bull's next major duty is this. The higher goals will become possible if these levels are broken. He mentions the same goal here. I've always been a preacher. We have to protect $1.96, which is the all-time high from 2020 that he claims is crucial to protect. This is the chart. As you can see, we people came really close. I was afraid it might break, and I didn't think we would hold. I had $1.50 in mind. We intended to go. We are above it, which pleases me. We're still in the woods, as I mentioned. Let's continue. Let's take a slight detour. Let's watch for some slight price movement. Between 220 and 250 in that 250 area, let's end the year. We are well positioned for the next parabolic drive, which is expected to occur very early in Q1 of 2025, and see XRP reach the $3 area before we can discuss those higher targets. I'll even settle at 220.